expectation is something that people have. The actual volume is what the actual markets wants to trade. In the end, I think ultimately you're building a bridge. You're not really trying to get a concert, so you don't really care whether the initial take-up is going to be massive or not, because you're not there to make money on one go. You're putting an infrastructure in place. You put a bridge there. The traffic is ultimately eventually going to come. When they do come, they will come. What I care is whether the bridge is safe, whether the access roads are there.
Well, like you said, you're building a bridge between both markets. Any room for improvement for the bridge?
We will also constantly changing and trying to adjust the rules because of the fact that we have a bridge connecting two different markets, and some of the traffic rules are dictated by different market practices. And when we experience enough traffic and gain enough comfort, we may actually sometimes take out some of the restrictions that we put in the place initially to regulate more smooth flow.
During the panic sell-off a few months back, it seemed that the program was exporting volatility. How do we prevent that going forward?
Market is a place for people with very different needs, very different perspectives to trade with one another, rather than for the same group of people. So having a connect program allowing this international diversification is massively helpful. When people complain about, the northbound are net selling, they must be buying at some point before they can sell, right? So you cannot just say they're selling today, they have to buy before. So they buy and sell, and it's actually very healthy for the market for them to buy and sell at different times with the domestic investors. So I'm very pleased to see that, and that's precisely why we want to do this in the first place.
So the next bridge, like you said, we're expecting the Shenzhen-Hong Kong Stock Connect program will be up and running quite soon. What are the critical successful factors for this link?
Well, I think Shenzhen Connect is reasonably easier because it's very much of a replicate of the Shanghai-Hong Kong Connect. So there are no significant new dimensions of Shenzhen Connect that requires a new testing, a new way of doing it. We obviously have to build, have a system, for Shenzhen and Hong Kong to work together. We have already begun a lot of the, early preparations, including, some level of a mutual testing. But when the green light is given formally, we will start conduct market, testing and connectivity testing.